Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a magical forest known as the Forest of Miracles. This forest was not only home to magical creatures but also carried the legends of brave children. In the depths of the forest, among colorful flowers and gigantic trees, there was a small village. The children living in this village had the dearest friends from nature's sweetest and cutest creatures. Every child had a forest friend, making their lives more colorful. One day, a small boy named Altıncı, who lived in the village, found an old book. The book was in an old chest inherited from his grandmother. As Altıncı flipped through the pages, he came across a treasure map. The map had glowing golden lines and strange symbols. Altıncı immediately understood that this map led to a treasure hidden deep within the forest. Altıncı called his closest friends, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk. Maviş was a small bird with bright blue feathers. Yeşil was an emerald green snake, and Kırmızıkuyruk was a cheerful fox with fiery red fur. Together, they decided to embark on a great adventure to find the treasure. After carefully examining the map, the children realized they first needed to go to a magical passage located in the deepest part of the forest. This passage only allowed those with pure hearts to pass. Altıncı and his friends were confident that their courage and friendship would enable them to pass through the passage. As they set out on their journey, they encountered various dangers in the forest. First, they arrived at a region filled with thorny vines wrapped around massive tree trunks. These vines would wrap around and hold anyone who touched them. However, Yeşil, with his flexible and agile body, skillfully navigated through the vines, guiding the others. When they reached the magical passage, they encountered a troll, the guardian of the forest. This troll protected the passage and only allowed those who were brave and pure-hearted to pass. The troll raised his enormous hands to signal them to stop and spoke in a booming voice, "To pass this passage, you must prove the courage and friendship in your hearts. If you fail, you must turn back." Altıncı and his friends held hands, tightly embracing each other, and with the courage that came from within, they managed to pass through the magical passage. The troll watched them, smiling quietly, and slowly disappeared. Once they passed through the passage, they found themselves in front of an ancient, forgotten city. This city was the remnants of an ancient civilization hidden for centuries within the depths of the forest. In the center of the city stood a colossal temple, and the treasure on the map was hidden inside this temple. However, the path to the temple was filled with challenging puzzles and traps. Altıncı, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk supported each other and overcame these traps. When they reached the temple's door, they encountered a giant turtle statue. The turtle opened its eyes, looked at the children, and said, "The true treasure is a symbol of your friendship and courage. If you are brave enough to enter this temple, you will find the real treasure." Inside the temple, they found gold and jewels. However, the children could not find the treasure they were looking for among these shiny objects. When they descended to the deepest part of the temple, they came across a glowing crystal. Written on the crystal were the words, "The true treasure lies within your hearts." This crystal will remind you of your inner strength and friendship. When Altıncı and his friends held the crystal, a magical light surrounded them, and they suddenly found themselves back in their village. The crystal had shown them the forest's most precious treasure, friendship and courage. when Altıncı, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk returned to their village, they were greeted as heroes by the villagers. Everyone listened to their brave adventure and was proud of them. Now, everyone knew what the forest's greatest treasure was, the friendship and courage in their hearts. From then on, Altıncı and his friends embarked on new adventures at every opportunity, sharing stories of courage and friendship with other children in the village. The Forest of Miracles became not just a forest, but a place that carried the legends of brave and pure-hearted children, and thus, the treasure hidden in the depths of the forest continued to shine in hearts forever. This story is just a fairy tale, but maybe one day you can find your own treasure in the depths of this forest. After returning to their village, Altıncı, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk thought they had completed the greatest adventure of their lives. But one morning, a strange sound came from the depths of the forest. The sound was a faint whisper saying, "Help!" Altıncı and his friends immediately set out to find the source of the voice, venturing back into the forest. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they noticed the voice becoming more distinct. Passing by familiar trees and plants, Altıncı recalled their past adventures. However, this time, the voice was leading them in a completely different direction. The wind pointed to an old cave hidden within the forest. At the entrance of the cave, they found an old book lying on the ground. The cover of the book read, "The Secret of the Wind." Upon entering the cave, they were met with a dark and cool atmosphere. Maviş fluttered his wings to create a small blue light to illuminate their path. Deep within the cave, they found a stone wall and a door with strange symbols on it. Altıncı followed the clues in the book to solve the mystery of these symbols. The book told the story of one of the oldest legends of the forest. It said that the one who solved the secret of the wind would gain access to the deepest secrets and magic of the forest. Altıncı, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk believed that unlocking this door was the key. Working together, they arranged the symbols in the correct order, and the door slowly opened. Behind the door, they found a passageway leading to a magical world hidden deep within the forest. This passage was a place only spoken of in legends. As they walked through the passage, they became enveloped in a dense mist. When the mist cleared, they found themselves face to face with the spirit of the forest, the wind. The wind smiled gently at them and spoke, "I am the spirit of the wind. Welcome to this realm. Thank you for finding me. I feel that our forest is facing a new threat. Brave children, can you help me eliminate this threat?" Altıncı and his friends stood beside the wind spirit, eager to learn why the forest was in danger. The wind spirit explained that a dark force was awakening deep within the forest. A force powerful enough to destroy the entire forest. To stop this dark force, they needed to unite the power of the four magical elements, fire, water, earth, and air. The wind spirit told them that they first needed to find the heart of fire, hidden within the depths of a volcano in the western part of the forest. According to legends, only brave hearts could enter this volcano. Altıncı and his friends set off towards the volcano. On their way, they had to dodge fire-spewing lava flows, helping each other along the way. Kırmızıkuyruk, being closest to the fire element, guided them through this challenging journey. When they reached the heart of the volcano, they found a glowing crystal containing the heart of fire. As they took the crystal, the lava within the volcano calmed, and peace filled the surroundings. After obtaining the Heart of Fire, they set out for the eastern part of the forest to find the second element, the Tear of the Water Queen. In the east, behind a massive waterfall, lay the Water Queen's palace, hidden in the deepest and clearest part of the water. When they reached the waterfall, they were greeted by shimmering fish and water sprites. With the help of the water sprites, they navigated through underwater passageways to reach the Water Queen's palace. Inside the palace, they found a glowing pearl in the center of a crystal pool. This pearl was the Tear of the Water Queen. As they took the pearl, a sense of tranquility and peace spread through the water. With the Tear of the Water Queen, they headed south to find the third element, the Heart of the Earth Giant. In the south, among towering mountains and deep valleys, lived the Earth Giant, one of the forest's most powerful guardians. This giant resided in a place that could only be found by those who listened to the sounds of nature, navigating through narrow mountain passes and deep valleys. Yeşil's guidance proved invaluable. When they found the Earth Giant, he looked at them with trust and handed over a magical stone from his heart. This stone symbolized the strength and fertility of the forest. Finally, they set out for the northern part of the forest to find the wings of the air. In the north, atop high mountains, there was a temple that held the power of the air element. Only those in harmony with the wind could reach this temple. Maviş led them on this challenging journey, guiding them through the wind. When they reached the temple at the mountain's peak, they had to solve the secret of the wind to open the temple door. Maviş followed the symbols on the temple with his wings and opened the door. Inside, they found a glowing feather. This feather was the wings of the air and contained the power of the wind. After collecting all four elements, Altıncı and his friends returned to the wind spirit. They needed to combine the element's powers to create a spell strong enough to counter the dark force. The wind spirit taught them how to unite the element's power. Altıncı, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk combined the element's power with the friendship and courage in their hearts, creating the necessary spell to defeat the dark force. As the element's power combined, the dark force within the forest slowly began to disappear. The forest returned to its peaceful and tranquil state. The wind spirit thanked Altıncı and his friends, declaring them the greatest heroes of the forest. When Altıncı, Maviş, Yeşil, and Kırmızıkuyruk returned to their village, they were welcomed with a grand celebration by the villagers. Everyone celebrated their bravery and friendship. They had unlocked the forest's deepest secrets and eliminated a great threat. Now, new stories of their adventures were being told throughout the village. After this grand adventure, Altıncı and his friends were always ready for new adventures. They learned that friendship and courage were the greatest powers, and they continued to protect the forest and their village with these values, and so, new legends continued to be born in the Forest of Miracles. The story of Altıncı and his friends was a fairy tale reminding all children of the power of courage and friendship. Would you please like the video and subscribe to my channel?